Hello, it is December the 11th, about 12:44. I'm at Portchester Castle today. Didn't expect to come here today. I had no idea what I was going to do, and I followed my bonnet and I ended up here. It's quite a substantial castle. I've never been to this one. It's just huge. It's just come around the back. You see massive subsidence crack all running down the back of this. It's quite the building. I'm a bit blown away. This one's legit. This isn't no prop. This has got all the old original work on it, the old original window sets. Yeah, it's got quite the moat running around. It's quite a quaint little town, literally just before. A lot of old red brick buildings and a lot of old Tudor buildings, flint in the wall, as you find in a lot of these towns with castles in them. But Jesus Christ, this thing is huge. Well, it's quite a substantial castle, that. Right, there we go. Yeah, I didn't intend on coming here in the slightest. I'm not even really sure where I am. I think it's just on the outside of Portsmouth. I know nothing about this castle. I just, like I said, I just followed my bonnet. There was a sign and I went, yeah, I'll go there. It's a good way to run things. End up in strange places. We open. Don't know if it's even open, to be quite honest. It doesn't seem to be. 27th of October, but I walk around the grounds, go over the moat. But I know nothing about this at all. I've got like a little guidebook from like the 70s, because I figured it would have stuff in that you don't get elsewhere. And I looked in there and it's not even on there. It's got everything else on the south coast. It's even got like Farnham and Godalming and Guildford, places like that near me. But nothing this way. Yeah, I think it's actually closed today. Yeah, look at the size of these flints down here. So this is all the flint walls as well. See, like I say, I swear this is all rebuilt, these flint walls, because as you saw around the front, that was all the face bricks like that. I don't know, it might be open. Seems to be a church in there as well. It's quite interesting. But I can't tell you any history on it. I can't give you any thoughts or feelings on it. But there's a lot of flint. Huge amount of flint. So one thing you find with these castles, yeah, this is all the rebuild this side. So see here, you've got your limestone blocks randomly placed, and you can tell by the mortar, like I say. And then you've got red brick run up there. Yeah, see, it's all, you know, messy. Yeah, it's all this backside has been rebuilt at some point. Something's fucking made a right old mess of it then. I mean, it's still quite the undertaking to build this. This isn't like the ones local to me. They're relatively small compared to this. This is huge. So here's some original blocks, but they're literally just a little bit at the bottom. So I've read a lot of history over the years, but the fact is I don't retain much of it anymore. So I kind of emptied my cup out a long time ago. I've learnt about a lot of things, and then I don't know, I started relearning stuff, and things were so different. I was just like, oh well, let's start again and just take things as I see them. But yeah, this is all, it's all a rebuild, this back edge. It's nothing like that front. Yeah, especially up in that top corner, you can see it's parched up muckwork. I think I've come to the end here. Yeah. little bay there. Yeah, there's some original block work, but it's not that original. It's just the original blocks, and there's a nice red brick like slapped in the middle of it. It's like I say, I just would like to know when these rebuilds were. So you've got your iron in here. No, they're red brick with a high iron content. But yeah, I'd like to know when these rebuilds were. Are they like last 200-300 years, or are they last 200 years? I mean, so I would imagine this thing dates back to, I don't know, 1200, maybe even before. Like I say, without looking at any guidebooks or anything to see what the prescribed history is for it, and who resided here and what happened, what invasion caused what, I just can't comment really. But it's still really impressive. There's a lot of work gone into it. I mean, collecting up all these flints, that's quite a bit of work, that. Look at the nice, these red brick sections, they just stick out like a sore thumb. It just screams, I don't belong. But saying that, did have red bricks in medieval times apparently, or is that something that's been placed in there to explain away things? There's a run of tiles running through all of this, so to stop, as they're working as like sort of lintels, so they're all tiled in. I mean, yeah, it's an impressive building in itself, but it's not the original building, and it's not the impressive original building. I mean, you can still see the original archway there. That's the impressive part. I mean, look at this doorway or window they've blocked up here. I mean, that sticks out like a sore thumb. And these square notches here, they look like places where you would have had like rafters or joists, floor joists. So I wonder if this actually came out further, maybe. Oh mate, this thing's huge. I mean, to have that arch there, which looks like it was some sort of chimney at some point, because you got, it's burnt. That's all burnt. So I think that might have been some sort of chimney, maybe. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, so I'll be coming round to the main building in a minute. You can see what it should look like. I mean, these are thick, these walls. That is a lot of flint. So I would imagine they've got big sandy hills around here, same as around by me, with vast amounts of flint in them. Yeah, you see, we're coming into the actual building now. See this front bit with the close. Oh wow, that doorway's cool. Yes, you've just got pieces that are original. See, you can see the different mortar colour all here. That's completely different colour. Everything's all different colours. So it's all rebuild. See, there looks like there was a floor up there, and there's looks like floor joists. These are all got floor joist markings across. Yeah, this isn't half the building there once was by the looks of it. So we've got what looks to be an original corner, and then we've got this cobbled in section which looks like another rebuild. But then you've got an original archway up there, which looks like it had some sort of massive figure head or something up the top, which, yeah, and look, there's coming out the top of that, you got two what would have been beams, like for a vaulted ceiling. Yeah, this isn't half the building, so I would say this is all original. So this is you got your tight knit limestone blocks, all very uniform, very well manufactured, because they were manufactured, they're not cut, they're geopolymer blocks, moulded, probably got them from some sort of builder's merchant or did them on site. This thing is fucking huge, but it looks like the original building ends here, and I think it came out because of the archways that are up there, and all of this at the back. So this has been built at a completely different time. So yeah, it's impressive. God, that is one hell of a step crack down that. I'm hoping that's picking up, but that's scary. If you had that at your house, you would be getting underpinned pretty quickly, and that runs all the way down this support pillar here. That's mad. This thing's huge. Yeah, this one's got all these subsidence cracks as well. Yeah, this isn't happy, this building. But I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I hasn't gone anywhere for 1,000 years or more. Yeah, this is, I mean, this is all original. You can see it. That's quite the building. Fucking huge. So that's an original section. And then once again we've got a big rebuild going on here. Interesting. I mean, what are these big dinks out of it? Is this some sort of like cannon fire? Or is this damage from World War II or something? But this is blatantly all a rebuild. I mean, look, original, rebuild, red brick. Red bricks just slapped in the middle of it. I need a better camera. And what did we have in this footprint here? This looks like it could have been a well or something. Possibly a well. I don't know. This is quite a cool building. There's that remnants of red brick in there as well. That piece of red brick it is. Yeah, that's a well that's been filled in. I noticed some drain covers back there, which said I can't remember what the pattern was, but it just said to me underground tunnels. But I mean, look at this. What? Yeah, we put them there. There's no one will notice these bricks here. It's all original, don't worry. We've even used a level. Yeah, it's an impressive fucking building all the same. Huh. I'll go in a sec. I've got to wander around outside, so I'll turn you off until I get there. Quite got round the front yet, but I'll just show you these blocks quickly. These original blocks. So we got uniform size limestone blocks, all with exactly the same scratch marks down in exactly the same places. And I would say that's where it's come out of a mould and they pulled it out diagonally. But it's exactly the same. We get these same marks on breeze blocks. So any builders out there that picked up a thermalite block, they wouldn't recognise those diagonal scratches on them. And I believe it's from the moulding process. I don't, not 100%. But all of them you can just see them. So, but to have them all uniform like that, there's no way some stonemasons sat there for, or even a million stonemasons sat there like chopping away at all these bits of limestone to perfectly carve them in the perfect size, perfect dimensions. I mean, that's a lot of blocks. And then you've got to think how they built that, like with their like wooden tree scaffolding and rudimentary winch systems and wooden ladders. It's yeah. Once you start looking at things, it's either we're shit at stuff nowadays, which is probably quite true, or there's they were a lot more advanced than you'd be told, we'll say. I think it's called the Dark Ages because they don't want to tell you what happened in those times because it blows away our little season. Right, back shortly. I'm just walking round to the front. I just want to point this out. Right, we've got someone's front wall right next to the castle. We've got blocks from the castle. We've got the red brickwork. We've got the flint. Going across the front, we've got blocks from the castle. It's the same in my local area. You can literally follow the blocks and the flint work and it will take you to castles and monasteries. What's the other place? The monkery place, I can't remember what you call that. The place where monks hang out. There's a huge one of them near me. But they've been completely ransacked for people's houses and their front gardens. It's kind of amusing, really. Right, before I go in, I'm going to have a look in this little hole thing here. I should have just carried on walking. I didn't think we could get out there. So Portchester was one of a series of Roman forts, so-called forts of the Saxon shore that were built around the southern coast of Britain in the late 3rd century. Wow. To defend it against raids by Saxon pirates. The outer walls remain almost complete, making the best preserved Roman fort north of the Alps. In the 12th century, Portchester was developed as a castle with a keep and an inner bailey or courtyard in one corner of the Roman fort. You can climb to the top of the keep to enjoy the views. This probably isn't picking up on the camera because it's a shitty little camera. That is an impressive footprint. There's a little church refectory thing. That is impressive. Fort of Portchester was built when Marcus Aurelius, interesting, Carausius, who from AD 286 commanded the Roman Empire's naval force in the English Channel. The Emperor Maximilian distrusted him, however, and ordered his execution. Carausius rebelled with the support of the fleet and the 3 legions in Britain. He proclaimed himself Emperor of the Roman province of Britain and controlled it until his deputy Alectius assassinated him in 293. See, my thoughts on the Roman Empire is they were just a military wing of a different civilization. They were the military side of things, and they've kind of hidden the civilization part of it and muddled it in with the Roman Empire. It's just my thoughts on it. But the fact is, oh God, look at this. This is such a rebuild. The fact is, a lot of our information on the Roman Empire comes from one person's account. I didn't know this until recently, and then as soon as I looked into it, it's like, oh. So all their day-to-day living and everything and how it was all set up, it's just one man who's like written a whole tale about everything. There's some nice flagstones down there. And a nice red brick in the corner. But that's... oh, this has been done recently. Bright yellow sharp sand in the back. So that's been blocked off. That is a lot of flint. It's kind of cool still. Cool. Right, I'll stop you there. Right, so walking up to the entrance, this entrance part is partially original with big rebuilt sections on it. This thing must have got absolutely nailed. So damaged. But that arch, that's impressive. It's impressive work. I mean, you've got a big section of it missing out there and it's still holding firm. Because archwork, normally you take one of those top pieces out and it will drop. Because it works as like a compression. So coming into here, so you can see the original building there. So all of this in here, I hope this is picking up, this is all rebuild. There's a grand arch that was in here with huge great, so that, yeah, so this was a big arch ceiling once upon a time. A bit like what I showed you at the Abbey. Yeah, so that would have been a big arch ceiling. There's nice red bricks in there to hold this joist up there. So all of this is, yeah, this is all rebuild. All of this has all been filled in. So this would have gone out into some sort of hall or something. Base of that's original. Top's a rebuild. Yeah. They're cool little things. That's a cool little bug. Is it actually VW? No, it's not. It's a Renault. That's a cool little building. Didn't think it was going to be open. So you've got big flagstones here, which I would say were originally some sort of joists. Pigeon! Have a look, see if we can get into this bit. This is quite an impressive building. Oh, this one's all shut off. I mean, like I say, this is all rebuild, but yeah, look, along the top, there was another floor up there. Look at the red bricks just randomly dotted in the walls. Oh man. See, I think a lot of people come to these places and I don't know what they think, to be honest. So we got a secondary moat running in here, and we got a huge amount of flint. I wonder if that's where all the flint came from. That's a big lump of iron, that one. Because that's not what I'm seeing here, which I see with all the ones local to me, is the iron. Lots and lots of iron. So we've got an original corner there as well. There wasn't a window here, honest governor. So this is all original. So how the fuck have they patched the bottom of it? So what was underneath there? Was that like, did that have just one massive lintel on it, like Baalbek or something? Or are they just casing blocks? No, this wasn't rebuilt. No, definitely not. No, no, it's definitely new, definitely old. That's a... They didn't even level any of it. Oh, that's brilliant. Ah, the mystery windows. These little light windows they have. They give you some song and dance about how they're for firing arrows out of. You get up there with bow and arrow and see what you can do with it. You ain't firing out of them with bows and arrows. So this is all original here. And we got original here. We've got a window that was there. So you can see it's limestone, the way that it's the water's penetrated it and it's dimpled. These are a lot of blocks. So this would have come round here, I guess. So this would have been like a circly bit for some reason. Maybe a toilet. Who knows? Yeah, see that's been rebuilt. All that moat section down there has been rebuilt. Right, I'll stop you till I get to the next bit.